Alright everyone, this is going to be a speed attacker main commentary video. Kind of just going through a round, talking about things that I think about, things that I do that you may or may not know already. This video is probably not for everyone, but maybe you'll find something you didn't know. First thing is, anytime a wave ends, you want to be moving in the wave so that you get an extra pre-move in the next lobby. So when your player gets teleported like to the lobby, if you're moving beforehand and had a destination, you get like sort of teleported southeast, so you get like a free movement basically, extra 2 tile. So that's important. It makes it so you're almost guaranteed to be within 1 tick of the ladder, and you'll also get the movement after that as well. So that's pretty important. In speeds, main attacker does not get arrows on waves 2 and 3 because they need to get fast eggs for the collector. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Usually you tag with a blowpipe on long range. You can also use obsidian rings, but they don't have a spec bar, so they're a little bit worse. Wave 4 for speeds, some people ask for a shield at 30 seconds. So just watch out in the chat for that. If someone asks for a shield and you don't do it, it's usually pretty bad. Wave 4 is also when I generally start potting. So just keeping an eye on the chat. I don't know what that means. So since he said something weird, I'm gonna like run east. But it looks okay. So depending on if your healer is doing 48 wave 5 or 45 wave 5, you should insta for 40, or you can insta for 48. You should not insta for 45. Oh, I put my MSB on long range for some reason. This will be interesting. It's really important to not move. Oh, that was really bad. Anyway, so I messed up. I didn't realize that I didn't kill the ranger because I didn't equip any of my switches. Usually what I like to do as main is equip my bow and a new set of arrows before the emote, but since I was like struggling killing things, I had my claws equipped, so I went to switch after the emote and I forgot that I already had claws equipped. But yeah. If you have time, it's like pretty good to switch to a bow before the cape. That way you don't have to do it after the cape if you want like a faster tag. Otherwise, tagging with claws is generally okay as long as you don't move. Normally I would tag that, but I have a hard time talking and playing at the same time, but usually you want to tag the 42-second ranger. So this is a late spawn, so I'll probably do like a strength cape for 64. With good teams, with a good healer, it's pretty common to have 60-second wave 6. If you know the healer codes, it's a good idea to watch the spam poison on each healer, so you know that if there's 6 poison on the first healer before they poison the second one on time, then it's going to be 60 seconds if they don't miss any spam. If it's less than 6, then you know you have to force, you know, at least 1 tick. So just kind of, like better mains, I think I'll kind of watch spam. This looks pretty good. That's on me, so I'm gonna go for a 0.0. This should be good. Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah. Awesome. So 0.0, you have to wait, or like, so that was with a guaranteed interface afterwards. That's what the note and the tablet are for. So I wait, oh, I guess, wrong call or something. That's unfortunate. I wait 2 ticks after the spawn, and then on the, well, it's kind of, I can't think of how I count ticks right now, but I think on the 3rd tick, I do the note tablet emote, and then that ends at 65.4, so you can get pre-movement like I was talking about, like in wave 1 or 2. So for the later waves as main, you always want to save your specs for the second call, like waves 6, 7, 8, 9. That way you can just leave immediately. I like to just do an MSB tag. I'm gonna do a cooking cape here for 73 because this dead healer is taking egg DPS, so that's no good. That should die on time, so I can just. It's important to know as main too that healers that die to a manual poison or an egg splat die a tick after that, and healers that die to automatic poison die on that tick. So that can help if you have an interface open to know like when, if you're trying to go for pre-move, when you should try to move. Generally I don't recommend like newer mains trying to get pre-movement in every single wave. Okay, this is really bad, but it's not blue, so it's okay. But it is something to think about when if you're forcing or if you're trying to like do anything. At the end of a wave that like something might not die when it looks like it has 0 health. It might die the tick later depending on how it died or how, you know, what killed it. So when the blue is bad on wave 9, I'll wait for a lure, but all the lures are in. Then I'll wait for the 66, and if there's no 66, usually if it's a 72, the main doesn't lure anymore. Main can lure for 66, but if it's 72, you should be ready to cape right at 72 because it's probably going to be because you want your cape to end at 87. That way, like, sometimes people get 87 on bad blue, or if it's not 87, you have time for to like maybe switch to a different cape and cape again to extend if you need to or whatever, or if there's like more eggs. So same kind of thing on this wave. Save your specs for the last 2. Main lures the 42 and the 48 in speeds. And if you have any like dead healers on you, you really want to lose them like that. I don't want to bring that with me. So I can do an MSB hit and then a combo hit. into a debo, but it died already. So he's here pretty early, but a little bit late. I'll give it like 2 extra ticks, so that's like 71. It helps a lot to know healer codes and like to know who you're maining for, which healer, how good they are. When they arrive to the healers, this might break. Yeah, that broke automatically, unfortunately. I didn't do a guaranteed interface there. But he had some bad movement to the last healer, which messed it up too. But yeah, if you're ever in doubt as a main and you can do a guaranteed interface, you should, I would say. But just keep in mind that it's going to add a tick if you are over the time everything dies. Forcing the Omega Egg, you can do a shield as soon as the collector starts moving into a shrink. And then if you have to pray, you pray at the end of the shrink. Sometimes it dies before then, but usually a good idea to just pray anyway, just in case. But yeah, that's it. Sorry it's kind of difficult, like I was saying. I have a hard time talking and playing at the same time, but hopefully that, you know, give you some things to think about and what you can do next time you're playing main. So thanks.